viewers, welcome to my live video. Whoever watching from anywhere, this video specifically I'll speak about fresh claim or further submission. Fresh claim basically for those individuals who seek an asylum or who claimed humanitarian protection or any human rights claim, however, that has been refused by the Home Office. Whether Home Office refused a long time before, or it been refused on the court. For example, if the Home Office refused your asylum claim or human rights claim, and subsequently you did an appeal to the first tribunal, or you did a judicial review, if in case there was no appeal available. Now the question is, your circumstance has changed, whether you can make a fresh claim or not. Specifically, I'll refer this video for those individuals who are from Afghanistan. I have lots of clients, those are from Afghanistan. Many of you might be watching. Many of the Afghan citizen claim has been refused by the Home Office. From my experience, I dealt with a lot of cases, a lot of claimants who came in the UK as a minor, and Home Office give them temporary protection, and by the time they didn't give decision, they wait for the minor to be adult. When they became over 18, they refused the application on the ground that you don't owe any responsibility under Section 55, or as a minor under the directive Article 15. Now the question is, the Afghan circumstance has changed very significantly following the takeover by the Taliban. Now it is a great opportunity for Afghan citizens to make a further submission. I'm very proudly and I'm very happy to share my recent update. I have submitted a couple of further submission for Afghan clients. Alhamdulillah, last week I have received the response of further submission, and within 3 weeks, I think 3 to 4 weeks, on the basis of my further submission, one of my clients has been granted asylum, just on the basis of further submission. So in this video, I'll show you how you can make a further submission and what it should include, what circumstance you will be eligible to apply for a further submission, or what actually mean by fresh claim, or what is the fresh claim, how you can make this application. So as I said, the fresh claim or further submission is the same things. So whatever I refer, consider it either a fresh claim or further submission. Now, as I said, the main point is if your asylum application or humanitarian protection claim or human rights claim is refused by the Home Office, and if your circumstance has changed, you can make a fresh claim, or you can submit a further submission, whatever it is. The procedure for further submission is very straightforward. What you need to do, you need to fill up a form, which I'll show you in a minute on the screen. You need to fill up the form, provide evidence, and as a professional, I'll advise you also explain, because this form is not sufficient to tell your story, your background, why you want to make further submission. So make a legal argument, write a letter, explain the law, explain what happened to you, what are the circumstances is relevant, how the circumstance has changed since your appeal is refused, or since your application is refused. So you need to explain it nicely to the caseworker, and then provide evidence in light of your claim. And then what the procedure is, you need to fill up this form, and then you need to call to the further submission unit, make an appointment in Liverpool, and then on that appointment, you should take all the paperwork, your form, your evidence, your letter, why you seek asylum. You need to also take your previous refusal letter or any reference, whatever it is, and then you give to the caseworker, and then you will come back to home. So this is the difference. Now I'll give you more details, but first let me show you the form. So if your asylum been refused long-term before, or if your humanitarian protection claim been refused either by the Home Office, or if you lose an appeal, now if your circumstance has changed, you can make a further submission. So the form you need to fill up is at the screen. Right, so here's the form. This is the Home Office reference form. So this form you need to fill up. Let me keep on the camera as well. So yeah, so this is the form what you need to fill up. And in this form, first you need to write your address, name and address, and your previous Home Office application reference. Very important, so the Home Office is easier. Now, if you some people, what they do, they get married sometime, they have dependent as well circumstance. So if you have anyone, so you can add them on your dependents as well, and their nationality and date of birth. And in this form also, it details tell what you need to do. This is the phone number in the form. You can call to this number, and if you need anything, you can they can assist you regarding voluntary return. And I'll show you the next page, which is important. So this is the form you need to fill up as well. This is the document you submitted, date submitted, and to whom it may be submitted. So if you have submitted any other document, you need to mention it. And now this box is very important. So you need to write here very briefly why you want to make this further submission, how this further submission is relevant, and why the caseworker need to consider this further submission as a fresh claim. In this box is not sufficient, as you see. Is not, you can write maybe 2-3 lines by pen, because it's not a PDF. It's a PDF. You can't write much. That's why I say you can add additional pages and write a letter, 4 or 5 pages regarding how your circumstance has changed. And then this is the submission based on change in country of claim, which will be to you. So if you have anything like that, you need to write it. How does it personally affect you? So you must make a connection, make a link between the change of circumstance and how it connected, how it affect you personally. As I said, in Afghanistan, many people came to seek asylum. Now Taliban, because of the Taliban, and Home Office refused their application that they can return back to Afghanistan, because Taliban is no more in power. But now again, Taliban came to the power, so you cannot move back to Afghanistan. So then you need to, this is why you can link up the change of circumstance to your circumstance. And then you need to provide some evidence, why this evidence is significant to you. These all are the document what you need to submit it if you have any evidence. So this is the basic form. To be honest, this form is not sufficient, but I'll tell you what you need to. So once if you made this personally, so you need to give your name and details. If you have a solicitor, you need to write the solicitor details as well here. And once you complete this form, then I said you need to give a ring, because you can't send this one by post. So what you need to do, you need to give a ring to the Home Office, Liverpool. And if you Google further submission for unit phone number, you will get it. If you, I think I'll have further submission. So the phone contact number, if you Google it, you'll find it. Yeah, so the contact number is 0151, not this one. Yeah, 0300 123 7377. So if you give a ring to them, and they will give you an appointment, and they will take your old reference number, Home Office reference number. They will find out your old file, everything, and then they will send you an email or they will send a letter of appointment. You must get this letter. If you don't get this letter before your appointment, give a ring to the further submission unit, and they will send you back again or change the appointment. Now, as I said, first task is first you need to fill up this form, download it, print it, fill up it. This is a basic form. This is not much information you can put where you can write. What you need to do, you need to make a separate argument, and you can make separate 4 or 5 pages. You can write what was your claim and what changes happen in your country or in your personal circumstance, and how it affects you. So you need to link up it and how your current situation, your current circumstance is fit for to seek an asylum, to recognize you as a refugee. So as I said, I'll give you all the answer whatever you're asking. If you have any question, please write a comment below. I'll give you answer after the update. It will not too long. As I said, what is the main basis of asylum? Whether you want to seek asylum, or whether you want to apply for a fresh claim, whether you want to a humanitarian protection claim, whatever it is, if you want to recognize yourself as a refugee, you must be set yourself under Article 1 of Refugee Convention. This is very important. Now, my dear clients, my dear viewers, my dear brothers and sisters, whoever wants to seek asylum in the UK, you have to understand the Article 1 of Refugee Convention. If you do understand, it will be easier for you to set up, to give the right answer on initial interview, to give the right answer, to deal with the Home Office caseworker at substantial interview. Because your main purpose is Home Office to recognize you as a refugee. So you need to know what are the criteria, what are the eligibility requirements to become a refugee. Now, Article 1 of Refugee Convention define very clearly, and as well as same definition adopted by the Immigration Rules 327, and that is the claimant owing to well-founded fear of persecution for reason of race, religion, nationality, membership of a particular social group, or a political opinion, is outside the country of his origin, of his country, and is unable to, owing to such fear, is unwilling to avail himself for the protection of that country, or not having nationality, or being outside the country of his former habitual residence, is unable to, or owing to such fear, unwilling to return to his home country. So that was the definition. It might not be, many of you not understand what I'm saying, but if you want to know about it, you can Google it, you can read by yourself, or ask a solicitor what is the definition. Now, the issue, especially for the claimant from Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, majority Pakistan and Bangladeshi people who seek asylum in the UK is only political asylum. But asylum is not limited to politics. You can claim asylum if you are a genuine asylum seeker. Of course, you can seek asylum for reason of race, for reason of religion, nationality, membership of a particular social group, or membership of a political opinion. So either one, you are eligible. If you are genuine, if you're in a situation, then you can seek asylum. Now, many people also forget to also fail to include the other ground, because it's not only you can seek asylum to recognize a refugee, because when your life is under threat in your home country, when you will be persecuted, when you will be tortured, that's why if you are seeking an asylum, you can also include human rights claim. This is very important, or humanitarian protection claim, because under Article 2, right to life, under Article 3, under Article 6, free trial, fair trial, freedom of torture, Article 3, that is including the punishment, which is arbitrary punishment. So all these you can include in your asylum claim, but you are the person who will be directly in contact with the Home Office at the time of your initial interview or at the time of your substantial interview. So you need to raise this and tell the Home Office this in your asylum claim. Then you have a better chance. If you cannot give this information, if you cannot give a credible statement, a credible information to the Home Office, your lawyer can't do much. If you give one story at the initial interview, and if you give a different story in substantial interview, if you give a conflicting interview, if you give an unrealistic interview, that causes a problem. That's why it is very important to speak to a lawyer before you go to your interview, before you seek asylum, because a lawyer will help you to understand what the law is, and they will advise you how to contact with. Of course, none of the lawyer will give you an advice to mislead the Home Office or mislead any authority. But what our job is to explain the law, explain the right, what is your criteria, and you are the person who tell your background. You are the person who tell your story to the Home Office to convince them. If you can set yourself in asylum refugee under Article 1 of Refugee Convention, or if you can set yourself under the Human Rights Convention, ECHR, or if you also you can eligible for humanitarian protection unless your asylum or human rights claim could success. So either way, you can success. You can get a status in the UK. So this is all about today. Now let me take some question, and after that I'll give you some other update, fresh claim or asylum claim. So let me see the comment. Okay, Stefano Alexander, is there any update on Zambrano cases? Thank you very much for your question, Stefano Alexander. Yeah, unfortunately, not yet any update, because as I said, that I gave a lot of brief about Zambrano case. Zambrano case is still pending before the Court of Appeal. Home Office, as you know, Home Office appeal against a decision of the High Court, and Home Office, not yet. We know even a date for the hearing. So until the Court of Appeal give the decision, unfortunately, we can't give any expected update. But our confidence and our belief, Home Office will agree, a court will agree with the High Court decision, because otherwise, there's a good chance, as I said, that Home Office could lose again, same like at High Court, to the Court of Appeal. So hopefully we'll get a decision beginning of the next year. Okay, and next, Muhammad Nurul Islam. Brother, you gave your number. Unfortunately, I cannot help by this number. And Jamal Khan, date of birth. You shouldn't write your personal information on there. The reason is this is a social media. And let me take another question. Salam, brother. I had my screening interview 11/11/2020. I'm still waiting for a decision. I don't know what to do. I'm from Afghanistan. Yeah, brother. Thank you, Mr. Jamal Ansari. I believe you're from Birmingham. If you are from Afghanistan, I think you should now make a further submission to the Home Office. I don't know what you did. If your asylum is refused, I don't know yet, but looking back, it's nearly 1 year of your screening interview. You should get a call for substantial interview. So my advice will be, if you have a legal representative, ask him whether your he received any letter. Normally, it shouldn't take more than 6-8 months. Most of the cases, I didn't find any of my client whose application is that long. But it was used to be because of the COVID. But once the COVID clear, they speed up, and many application, many substitute interview has already done. And I think you can have a look, visit your lawyer, or if you are if you seek asylum by yourself, then you can contact the home office, ask them what is the latest situation. If you are in receipt of any support from the home office, whether financial accommodation or not support, or section 4 or section 95 or 98 support, carry on this. But if you are not in this case, then you can you can make an application to the home office. Also, you can, I don't know your see whether you get work permit. If you not get yet the work permit, you can apply now work permit, because one of the things I want to again share, a few days ago, I think around 2-3 months before, a decision of the court from the High Court or Court of Appeal came also regarding the right to work of asylum seeker. So where the court said that the current policy, home office policy, is unlawful to provide the right to work to asylum seeker. But general rule is, if your asylum application is pending before the home office more than 6 months, then you can ask the home office to give work permit. There is no formal application to get a work permit. This is a request, so you can write a letter mentioning your details, and then you can ask for a work permit to give you work permit. Of course, if you get a work permit, then you can work on the eligible route. Thank you very much, Mr. Jamal Ansari. Good luck. I know you probably quite long time. Last year when I was used to broadcast live on Facebook, then you used to regularly watch my program. And next question. If you have any question, viewers, you can leave a comment on Facebook below my live video, or YouTube. I'm Muhammad Nurul Alam Khan, nickname Journal Khan. Right. I'm a British Home Office's Eco Board Agency. My Dhaka, my date is I am Bangladesh. I'm 11 years living in England. I'm trying to come back England. Thank you very much for your comment. He didn't ask me the question, so I can't give answer. Gulam Murtuja, Salam, brother. Can you share your mobile number? Thank you, brother. And my office contact details available on Facebook, and I think the number is appear on the bottom of the screen. So if you need, please call to the number 020-8090-4780. Please call to my office and make an appointment. Thank you very much. Home Office give everything solicitor I have. She said you need to wait. Thank you very much, brother. If your solicitor said I need to wait, then keep in contact with them. Unfortunately, I cannot make a comment regarding this. Next, what is the chances for long residency illegal person? Brother Gulam Murtuja, with due respect to you and for all the people who are in the UK without paper, no one is illegal person. A person can't be illegal. Okay, every person is a human being, and everyone deserves equal respect, like me. So whatever term used by Home Office, this is not correct. We should respect ourselves. So why you are asking about illegal person? What we call overstay, we can say undocumented migrant. That's what is a respectable, I think, a noun we can use. Yes, if someone is long residence 20 years, because the long residence rule is different types of rules. 7 years rule, also long residence. Half of the life, if you're under 25, also long residence rules. 20 years, also long residence rules. So I don't know which wrote you exactly, but I presume you are on 20 years rules. So if you are 20 years old, of course, if you can complete, if you are in long residence, you have completed the required duration of time, which is 20 years, of course you have a better chance, inshallah. I pray for you, may Allah bless, accept all of people who are in the UK in trouble without my correct document. Thank you, brother. Jamrano, as if you go back to my video, I said, Jamrano, we are still waiting for the court decision. There is no decision yet. Then Mr. Suleiman Haliman, please, does it take Home Office these days more than 6 months to renew residence permit? Not really, not really more than 6 months. It used to be a couple of months before when it was COVID, but following post-COVID, the Home Office speed up the process. Now highest it take 4 months currently, but 6 months, if it is more than 6 months, then it's unusual for me. But what you can do, you can chase up Home Office, or if it is more than 6 months, you can speak to your local MP, ask your MP to send an email to the Home Office, and then probably Home Office will give you a response. Thank you very much, Sulaiman. Next comment, Stephen Alexander from YouTube. I have submitted a Zamran application, but haven't received any certificate of application. Thank you, brother. If you haven't received, most of the people has already received. From my experience, I have submitted plenty of application for my clients, and all of them has received. I don't know whether you have received any acknowledgement of service. If you received an acknowledgement letter from the Home Office, then you need to wait, because Home Office started, certificate of application has started 2-3 weeks before, and most of my client has already get it, but it depends when you submit the application. So stay with the Home Office, stay with me with the Home Office. Maybe 1 to 2 weeks you wait, and then probably you will get certificate of application. But if you haven't received any letter from the Home Office, as I said, acknowledgement letter, then you can contact the EU settlement scheme, give a ring, and inshallah they will give you a response. And then my I'm not sure, I said Juma. Thank you very much, Mr. Suhail Ahmed, for your help. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm very kind of you for your comment. If you have any question, viewers, you can leave a comment below my live video, and I'll give you an answer. So I'm back to what I discussed today. I discussed today about further submission or fresh claim. So if your application is refused by the Home Office, and then you can make a further submission if your circumstances change. I show the form, which form you need to fill up and what you need to do. If any of you missed about it, and if you need this information, please revisit my video after I end broadcast. If you see from the beginning, then you will understand what are the requirements to make a fresh claim, what you need to do, what document you need to do, what you need to write on this form, and which form you need to fill up. Next, Jonathan. Sir, I'm asylum seeker. Okay, let me see before that. Sorry, I think I should have to use undocumented person or buster. You are right. Thank you, no problem. I received the acknowledgement letter in August. Yeah, thank you. So I think wait another 1-2 weeks, probably you will get it. Thank you. So I'm an asylum seeker. I coming in England, trying to registration card. Have this card is. I'm a ticket. I'm living in England 11 years. Now in Derry, coming England. Thank you. Welcome. But I don't know your. I don't know. Still, I didn't get your question. Sir, when you going to give decision on Zamrano? Yes, Mr. Ninder Ludi. Thank you for your comment. We are still waiting for the decision, because the Home Office appealed against the High Court decision. Probably you know it, but the hearing, the appeal, permission to appeal, still not yet declared. So still we are waiting. So once the Court of Appeal give the decision, then we can know the outcome. So still we need to wait, and it will not soon, because the Court of Appeal is very busy, and it takes 7-8 months to get a hearing date. So let's see if anyone make any Zambrano application, and if your visa is going to expire, please make an application in normal route. Don't wait and rely on Zambrano only, because if Zambrano application, if the Home Office win the appeal in the Court of Appeal, then all the Zambrano application will refused, and by that time you will be an overstay. To save yourself, and you lose the continuous leave to remain continuous to get an ILR. So if your visa expire, normally to remain expire, please make sure you extend it in normal route. Keep Zambrano as an additional achievement, and it is allowed by the law, because Zambrano, a consent order from the High Court, the Home Office agreed that the applicant can make 2 parallel applications, one under the Zambrano under youth settlement scheme, and one under the normal route, which is not allowed under the normal immigration practice. This is an exception. So please make sure you extend your visa on time. Thank you very much, all of you, whoever watch my program. I'll come regularly live on Facebook and YouTube to give all the immigration update. I also do a live TV program on NTV by Sky 780 every Tuesday from 5:30 to 7 o'clock. If you have time, please tune Sky 780 on Tuesday 5:30 to 7. Thank you very much. This is all about today. I hope this will help many of you. Take care and be safe. Bye for tonight.